Welcome to Spotlight in Business. I'm Tammy Defoe, and I would like you to meet Chris Cowan. He is a psychotherapist and the owner of Your Emergence Psychotherapy, and he will be the guest speaker at GTApreneurs November 25th, 2025 business networking event in Vaughan. And I'm looking forward to having him present. He's going to have a lot of great tips to help us all. But before then, let's get to know him a little bit better. So thanks for coming on the show today, Chris. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's great to be here, Tammy.
Awesome. Yeah, well, perfect. So tell us more about yourself.
Well, I'm a psychotherapist. I have my own clinic, and I love, a whole, I just love helping people. I was kind of born and bred in the church. My parents brought me up there, and I've always loved serving and helping people. Yeah, I just have a passion. I've had people really pour into me in the past, and it made a huge difference. And I love helping people. So a lot of what I did before was just, having helping people and be counseling and teaching and training people. And it was just really, it was an honor to walk with people and just to really get to know them and walk with them through their lives. And that's always just been my passion. I really believe in people. Yeah, like people are amazing. Especially being clergy. It was really neat to walk with people. I've had the privilege of being with hundreds of people on their deathbed, being with families when they're having new children, walking with them through all their struggles. And one of the things that I've really seen about people that I love is people are so resilient, and it's amazing that my belief in people is it's just been really neat. That time for me was really neat. Just understanding how resilient we are as people. And
Hmm.
part of my passion is I just love helping people just pull out their strengths and pull out and just for them to grow and to learn and
Hmm.
to really be able to stand up under a lot of hard things. And that's been a big part of my journey, kind
Hmm.
of learning and growing. And so everything that I do in psychotherapy, I've needed in my life. And
Hmm.
so it's just been really neat walking and learning. I love psychotherapy. I love psychology, what makes us tick. And those years in working in the sacred was really cool. But then what I did was I wanted to take a break from that after 15 years of that. Then I became I built wine cellars. So then I was got into construction. I had a friend who did that. So I did that for about 7 years. Really enjoyed that. Was on HGTV a whole bunch of times. But always knew my passion was really helping and mentoring people. And so even in that time, I was coaching. I love growth mindset. Really got in the growth mindset. Just the way we see things, the way we perceive things, and how that can help us overcome. So I got into coaching, but I always knew I really wanted to get back into psychotherapy. I wanted to get into really helping people. I wanted to get those powerful strategies to kind of really dig down deep. So I went back to university. And so for the last 5 years, I've been helping my friend down in Whitby build his clinic out. So I took it from him to 15 people. And now I've moved to Newmarket looking to build my own. And so kind of here I am. I'm helping people, getting to know people. Love the networking group. Tammy, like this has just been amazing. Like even being at the expo was just it's really a really good group of people to be able to connect with. And so now I'm building my clinic, really getting into speaking once again. Love teaching, love training people, and I believe in people. So yeah, I love what I do, and it's really nice to be able to say that and feel that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic, Chris. And I mean, I just learned so much about you right now. And
Yeah.
you've been coming to our events for like, I don't know how long now, like 8 months or something like that. And yeah, I have no idea you're part of the clergy. No
Mhm.
idea. But I mean, it
Yeah,
makes
I
sense that,
typically don't lead with that because I don't want people to put me into a box, and
no, no, no,
I definitely I probably don't fit into that box too well now, but yeah, no, I love people though. I love
no.
that
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be stereotyped. Like, I mean, whatever we've
Mhm.
done, like it really obviously brings us to where we are now, right? So, having
Mhm.
those experiences where are helping people and you've countered people at all parts of their life when they're doing well, when they're at their lowest points and stuff like that. So, I think that could definitely make you a good psychotherapist, right? I can see
Mhm.
how you would have done that. And then, construction, wine cellars. I mean, yeah, right? But it's good. So you
Yeah.
kind of got your feet met in terms of more of the business side, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to obviously, have your business, right, to be able to provide the service for people. And so who are the people that, could most benefit from what you offer?
So right now, I love that I have a broad range that I help people. I'm working with a lot of young boys right now, like from 16 to 20 that have just really been stuck at home. And so really helping them with anxiety and depression. So that's been really neat. Work a lot with couples, work a lot with women, but probably my biggest target audience is probably about 80% of my clients are men.
Mhm.
And because I'm an entrepreneur and a leader myself, I love working with entrepreneurs and leader, and that's kind of where I market out to. So I work a lot with CEOs, really high end executives and entrepreneurs, but also I work with farmers and I work with just regular Joes
Yeah.
and so what I'm really good, especially with guys, I have a guy brain. I'm very logical, and so a lot of
Hey, hey,
psychotherapy.
hey, whoa, are you saying we're
No,
not
no,
logical?
no, no, no. Women are but women are more naturally emotionally intelligent. Where
Uh-huh.
men typically are just,
Right,
we can lead with logic and we kind of
right.
numb out our emotions sometimes. So
Right.
a lot of what I do is I had to do all this so it made sense to me. And so yeah, so speaking with guys, I find with us, we need to understand the system. And once we understand the systems and we have some protocol, guys do really good, but no one's ever taught
Hmm.
us this before. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so it's just neat. I love working with guys. I love working with couples, especially having the background, especially couples, like a lot of entrepreneurs, it's husband and wife kind of working together and they're killing each other because they're spending so much time together. So it's
Yeah.
nice to have a therapist that understands entrepreneurs, the challenges that we face. And I can do therapy in the context of your life, of the boardroom, or of the stresses of running your own business. And so it's just nice to have a therapist who understands, because a lot of therapists don't necessarily have that bent.
That's
And
right.
so it's nice to have someone who approaches it from there. But yeah, yeah, I really do have a broad scope, but my passion is for leaders and entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but
it
and
makes a
this
lot of,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense because, like, I mean, there's lots of fantastic therapists out there, right? But, sometimes like they go to university and then they're working in like kind of just that clinical setting, right? Where they're not an
Hmm.
entrepreneur, like they're maybe an employee of a hospital, they're, in a medical clinic or something like that. So the fact that you do have the experience as an entrepreneur and you have done also worked in different industries that I think that makes you really well suited to, be helping entrepreneurs, right?
Hmm.
And no, it is true. Like, with women, we have different ways of processing things. Like we like to just talk, right? We'll just
Yeah.
talk to each other and it
Yeah.
makes us feel better, right? Right, kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
again how men think. So you can better, help men how they whatever in their way because they don't always respond to, maybe the way that women want to support them. We're trying to
Hmm.
support them the way we think because this is how we support each other, and maybe it doesn't go as well as it could with yourself. So I think that's fantastic. Everybody needs a niche. There's some people that focus just more on women, do some men, but more some women. So it's good you found that because, like it's all about, people having the access to the kind of the best service for them. So if you're able
Hmm.
to provide that specialty and you've gotten great results with your clients. So what are
Hmm.
the types of issues? I mean, you mentioned depression, anxiety. What are in terms of entrepreneurs specifically, what are the types of issues they have that you help them with?
Yeah. So, well, it's interesting with entrepreneurs. We have a high tolerance to stress, or else we wouldn't be able to be here. But what happens is we begin to normalize stress.
Yeah.
And then obviously, if we have a partner that isn't as entrepreneurial as us, we can handle high amounts of stress, but our partner can't, or other people around us can't. And so a lot of stress that can really filter into relationships. We can begin to tolerate a lot of stuff because we have the capacity to push through it, but we're not
Hmm.
dealing with it. And so it really is about being authentic with how we're feeling and thinking. So stress, anxiety, a lot of relationship challenges.
Hmm.
So that's a big part. But yeah, if it's grief, or if you're going, just say you're gone through a breakup, I work with a lot of people like right after a breakup. It's a great time to come in to understand what you're going through to get ready for the next chapter. And I find a lot of my executives, it's relationship challenges, because
Okay.
if you're an A-type personality and you're managing everything, you end up managing your emotions and managing your relationships, and that can become an issue. So it's neat. I really deal with, yeah, a lot of anxiety, depression, stress, grief, and relationship challenges. Like that's really it. So
Yeah.
really, it's a mental, emotional, relational. And I'm really a
Hmm.
coach. Like I'm very practical. I like to really teach people what's going on and give you skills. So I'm very goals
Hmm.
oriented. I like to see
Hmm.
results, and be authentic. with what you're going through. And really, I do mindfulness-based cognitive therapy primarily, amongst a whole
Hmm.
bunch. But that's really about the cognitive behavior therapy is really about how we think really generates a lot of our emotions, and then those
Hmm.
emotions drive our behavior. So it's
Yeah.
understanding that. But the mindfulness part is really cool. It's learning how to be authentic in the moment when we have big emotions and big thoughts. How do we navigate that authentically and move
Hmm.
through that and process things quickly and efficiently? So
Hmm.
yeah, so it's a really I love, I love doing this, and I love coaching people. Like, and it's great when you have a problem. This is what we work on. It's actually hard to teach people this stuff when their life is good because there's no big emotions to work on. And so
Right.
so so it's much easier that when you're having a big issue, a big problem, this is what we work on. This is our sparring partner. This is our training ground. And literally people will come in and just share what they're going through. Then I will give them reflection on that and then strategy on how to be with those emotions so they
Hmm.
understand. Then they come in every week and I'm basically coaching you in the situation you are, so you're learning the skills to understand that and to move through it, and whether it's a relationship problem or depression or anxiety, and I'm coaching you that way. So yeah, I love that.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I think it's good because, like again, a lot of men are taught, you have to be strong, right? Kind of
Mhm.
thing, right? Don't show any vulnerability and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and so the fact that they're able to come to you in this safe space, right? And able to open up and that kind of thing and express these things to you, and the fact that, you're not judging them, you can really even empathize with them that, you've been through struggles yourself and things like that. And, that actually helps them. They can walk away relieved. Oh, wow, I'm finally able to always get off my chest kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
First of all, right? And then oh, now I have a strategy of how I can work through this, right? And how I can do this because inevitably more challenges are going to come. So then
Yeah.
maybe they can be better prepared for the next time. They can handle
Yeah.
so that it doesn't have this a big impact on their life and their relationships, right?
Absolutely. And guys have big hearts. Like, as tough as we say we are, guys
Hmm.
have massive hearts. And our hearts get wounded easily. As much as we say, and this is why I got a lot of guys go quiet. Why? Because someone's hurt their heart before, and now their
Hmm.
defenses are up. So
Right.
as tough as we like to say we are, like, we are strong, but we also guys have big hearts. So it's understanding
Yeah.
that. How do we open up? How do we understand that process? And communication's huge. Like, but all this, our emotions and communication is logical, and there is
Hmm.
a system to it. And when guys understand, oh, run this protocol, do this and this, guys can do that really well. And
Yeah.
actually, guys can see, women are really good at picking up on things, but they
Hmm.
find it harder to let go, where men are not good at picking up things, but we let go of things quickly. So with guys, I got to teach guys how to pick up on these things that they're missing,
Right.
that their partner is, that they're feeling. But typically, once they learn how to process that, they can let go of it fairly quickly. Where with
Hmm.
women, they're typically, once again, there's big, but typically they're good at picking up all these things, but it's
Hmm.
harder to process and let go. So the
Hmm.
emphasis kind of shifts a little bit. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, well, one of it goes to that nurturing,
Mhm.
nurturing ability, right? That's the kind of the
Yeah.
natural thing with being a mother and stuff like that. And so I'm actually one of the networking events, and you mentioned something to me, and actually it was actually a good thing because it made me realize something. The fact of the nurturing thing that, yeah, sometimes we would kind of hold on to something more because we're just we would kind of say, okay, well, I know it's like this and that, but we can work on that. We can kind of like these things instead of right? And instead, we, kind of sticking with one thing versus just going on to someone else or going on to something
Yeah.
else. We try to, that's just our nature, right? Is nurturing,
Yeah.
right? Just like, you have kids, right? If your kids are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you're going to be nurturing them. You're going to be trying to help them. You're not just going to like kick them out of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, it's good. I think it's great what you do. It sounds, and I know it's working a lot. Can you give us a success story you've had with one of your
Yeah,
clients?
sure. I'm trying to think. Well, with a lot of guys, it really is. Um, it's amazing. A couple things about how to communicate with your partner. I get this with all the guys, and I teach them. Like, really, the main thing is just to be able to listen, to listen without fixing. And guys love to fix. We like to understand and come up with a solution. But just
Mm-hmm.
teaching guys to just learn to listen, learn just to give space for your partner to share without having to
Mm-hmm.
fix. And it's a lot easier. It's 10 times, it's 100 times easier. And it's amazing just watching guys like that one strategy, just learning to give space for your partner to share, just to
Mm-hmm.
listen and not be in fix mode. Um, all of a sudden, guys were like, "Oh my gosh, Chris!" Like, I used as soon as my wife would start or sharing something, or my partner would share something, I would get so defensive, and my walls would come up. But just teaching them to listen, I've just seen guys literally within weeks be able to have deep conversations with their partner because all of a sudden they have strategy and they understand how to move through it. And then
Hmm.
I teach them how to be with their emotions. So watching guys who just have no sweet clue how to have conversations, and they're in conversations, they feel overwhelmed, they feel flooded, and we all know what we say can and will be used against us. So guys shut down, and then we go quiet because it's better to get in trouble for not saying anything than to say the wrong thing and have it used against us. So and then guys get flooded, they don't know what to say, and communication shuts down. And then all of a sudden
Hmm.
to teach them that, and then all of a sudden, like, it is amazing, guys. Like, okay, I can have conversations now. Things that used to be issues, now we can move through them a lot easier. So I just love,
Hmm.
yeah, I love seeing guys make those kind of turnarounds just with a
Yeah.
little bit of knowledge and information and
Yeah.
strategy.
Hmm.
It's huge.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's fantastic, and I definitely know it works. Extended, there was just one little thing you said to me was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm nurturing this too much, right? Maybe I should just move on, right? And maybe, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's good. And I'm looking forward to having you present at our November 25th event. I know you're going to give everybody a lot of great tips. And,
Yeah.
everybody, if you haven't got your ticket yet, please do so now. And of course, we've got Chris's information with this video and everywhere online. So you're welcome to reach out to him for a consultation, talk about his services, because you know what, you don't have to like stay stressed out. You don't have to stay
Oh,
whether you're having issues in your relationship, and
yeah.
you know why not just go and talk to somebody, right, and sort it out, and then you're like, oh wow, I wish I would have done that like 5 years ago, right?
Everyone always says that. Why didn't I do this like years
Right.
ago? Like
Yeah.
no, it's not a big, you don't come because you're broken. You just need to be coached a little bit. That's it. You just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like learning any new skill. Like, you're not
Yeah.
broken. You just don't know how to navigate that. So come and learn. Let me coach you. And yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here today, Chris, so thanks so much
Yeah.
for coming, and I look
Uh,
forward to seeing you on the 25th.
Wonderful. And thank you, Tammy. You are awesome. Love your groups. And yeah, I look forward to speaking. We're gonna have a good time. Walk away with lots of practical stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, well, have a great day.
All right, thanks, Tam.
Thank you.